It was getting near sundown, and there was another verse in Deuteronomy that said, if you leave a dead body out overnight, the land will be incurred with a curse. And so they had to get Jesus' body off that cross and into a tomb before the Passover. And just to make sure that he was dead, they had a soldier ran a spear into his side, which, is a wound that no one could recover from. It was a fatal blow. So he was already dead, but just to make sure, they rammed him one. And there were two, kind of leader Jews. One was Joseph of Arimathea. He owned a burial plot. It had just been hewn out of solid rock. It was a very expensive gift, and he offered this, what was going to be a burial plot for all of his generations. He now says it belongs to Jesus. And so he offers the burial plot. And then there was Nicodemus, a man in John's gospel who had come to him in nights, a secret closet follower who now brings spices, and they embalm the body of Jesus for the burial. And they put him in this new hewn tomb and rolled this immense stone. It would have weighed many tons. Probably would have been rolled down a groove that had been built so that they had gravity working for them, removed some kind of a little wedge, and they were able to roll the stone into place. And then they sealed the stone, because if you broke the seal, it would show that somebody tried to steal the body. So it was something like a sealed letter. In the first century, in Judaism, a woman's testimony would have been worthless. Women were looked at as chattel in that day. It's all the more remarkable then that not only that the first witnesses to the resurrection were women, but that the testimony is left as the true witness. It's hard to know whether, in a sense, he was giving women the opportunity to undo what Eve had begun so many years ago. But in either case, we have women validated as the original witnesses of the resurrection of Jesus. This is Jesus' way of saying, you're equal partners with men in the work of the gospel. So let's do this together. Sometime in the night, the body of Jesus surged with divine power back to life and simply vacated the grave clothes. It says that the grave clothes just sunk down where they were. They weren't strewn about. It was as if they were suddenly vacated and sunk to the stone. This is the unbattle of God. Just as God did with chaos and the ancient Near East pantheon, he just simply spoke and the world came into being. As with Pharaoh, he just did all these things according to the magicians in Egypt by his finger, just his finger. This is the finger of God, they said. This was David with all forces marshaled against him. A small little stone sinks that Goliath. This is Jesus speaking to demons with a word and taking authority over him. And now God is breaking the power of death itself.